Get in the car, you stupid Martian git!
All right, hang on. Whoa.
Take your hand off my knee! Come on. I'm gonna take you somewhere.
Where?
Newcastle!
Newcastle.
Yeah.
They'll never spot us in this, will they?
No, nicely disguised. Lowered roof, lost the hubcaps, we're laughing.
Ha!
I won't be literally more than a second, okay? You just
All
wait
right.
here. Okay?
All right.
The Cedars. An evocative name. Perhaps it doesn't quite evoke what we're seeing. If you close your eyes and think of the Cedars, you imagine long, big cedar trees, maybe a 16th century house with fields and a dog running about, perhaps. Anyway, I don't really know anything about architecture at all, but I don't think you have to be Prince Charles to spot a carbuncle when you trip over one. The fellow that lives here, Jimmy Forsyth, is a local celebrated photographer. Nice works of modern art people have put in broken glass here. And I think the best people to get advice often from are elderly people, because after all they've been on the planet, as I've been trying to explain to the Martian, but he's a little slow sometimes, as they've been on the planet so much longer than anybody else, they'll have that much more experience of things, won't they? Oh, it's freezing out there. It's nice to see you again, because the last time we met, of course, was when you were on the tube. And,
that's right, I
had
remember that.
My inadvertent slip of the tongue.
You made a bit of a mistake, but
Yes.
everybody makes mistakes.
Yes, all a bit regrettable, but there you have it.
Wait a minute, I'll get the sandwiches.
You been keeping well?
Oh, I'm still feeling fit, like.
Good.
Feel like I'm 24 instead of 74.
Yep. Oh, a nice biscuit.
I'll warm you up a bit.
Oh. I mean, when you were on the tube, I mean, there's a lot of young people around here seem to, they all knew who you were, and they all seem to rather like you.
Oh,
you
yes,
seem like quite a popular local figure.
And grown-ups as well, like when you're walking through the town, somebody, wife will pull me and they say, "Are you the photographer?"
Well, you are the photographer, aren't you?
and they ask, some of them ask to take me picture, like, you know.
Let's have a look at some of your photographs that you've got here. I'll come and sit over here. You
Sit over here, it'll be much better, won't it?
Try not to sit in the sandwiches. I must say, I'll just have another biscuit here. Now, this photograph here, there's a tank. Is this council people coming, or is this Hitler at this point?
This is Vickers tanks. They used to run them up that way to Waterburn for testing them, see?
Oh, it's not in the war then?
No, it was after the war. But that was the general run, like up to Otterburn to test the tanks. Of course, it used to shake the property a bit as well. It was too old to stand a lot of shaking like that.
And is this street gone now?
No, the street's gone, see. And nearly all the places in my book, all the ones I've got in black and white, have all disappeared. And it wouldn't be so bad if they put something decent in their place, like.
I mean, what would you think the bad things about living in these houses would have been?
Well, looking from a modern point of view, like the only thing that they didn't have was baths and, say, toilets in the house.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they were better than these, like. Everybody knew, everybody lived next door, like, and the kids could run out and play in the back lane. They didn't play where there was traffic, you know.
And also
But nowadays there's no back lanes.
And you had your own sort of house, really?
Yeah, and you had your own privacy, see. There's no privacy now.
Now it's being pulled down a bit more.
That's a bit more pulling down. Where the men are standing is in Ivy Street, and they're pulling all that block in Pine Street down.
Yeah. At the time, did people think it was a mistake them pulling it down, or were they? Or what did people think at the time?
No, people were glad they got out because they thought they were going to some paradise or something, you know. But it wasn't such a paradise as they thought, like, you know.
What are you doing there?
I was just going to get a bite to eat.
Right, this is Jimmy, who I told you. He's got a
Oh,
photograph.
Hello, Jimmy. You live in... What a huge house you've got.
No, he just lives
Yeah,
on one bit of it.
Does he?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, rather too big, them things.
Yeah, it's a bit too big.
Did you have a pleasant journey?
Yes, it wasn't too bad. Took a bit of time, but I'm here now and I'm prepared to enjoy myself.
The roof's a bit low. We had to cut it down to disguise it so far.
So they're knocking down all the pubs, they're knocking down all the houses, and they're knocking down all the churches.
Yeah.
Am I right?
And then they build these horrible flats in their place of houses,
I see.
which are not social buildings at all.
No.
It shouldn't be the church what's being knocked down, it should be them high flats.
Oh, I see. Now this is a church.
Yes, this was a church where people what practice the Christian religion used to go to.
Yes, and they're pulling down. I mean, it seems strange that God's house has been knocked down, really.
He doesn't have any say in it, does he? Really?
No, you could have objected. You know, you can object to these things at appropriate meetings. But people would speak ill of him if he did that. I mean, if he only showed up to object at planning committee meetings, they'd say, well, could he not come round and sort out a few pestilences and diseases when they're there and stop a few wars, you know? So obviously he's got bigger things on his mind.
So I'm right in saying the Englishman's home is his castle.
Well, that's a popular old expression, but I don't know how true that is. The idea that it's, but once you're behind with closed doors, you're safe, you're in there. This car is our one, really. In a funny sort of a way. I mean, all the brake fluid's pissing out there. It's a bit of a moat for us, isn't it?
These are bungalows, are they?
They're bungalows. It's an interesting, I think they have them in America. They have them all over Europe, in fact.
Do they?
Yeah, they have them, but bungalow is a traditionally English thing, really.
Had them in Scotland as well, son.
What is that over there?
Oh, that's that's a nuclear power station. That's what we use to generate electrical power. There is some, I mean, there are unfortunate side effects of nuclear things often, especially, I mean, wars. I don't suppose you have those on Mars, but that's a big problem. But even just in generating power, it can cause all sorts of odd things going along.
It looks very, 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 very large.
Very, very.
Oh, hello. We might we'll see if we can make this.
Your
I'd
church.
risk it if I were you, mate.
No, you're probably right. It's very strange. It's almost. I don't suppose you have Charles Dickens, do you? Either on.
I've never had Charles Dickens, no.
No, but on Mars you don't have his books. But in it, if you look at these houses here, in fact, look, Tom, over there, look, can you see that? Those houses, and it's almost like way back at town, isn't it, where the sort of alley cats would live, or an upturned boat, and Mrs. Peggotty would maybe come out. Fellas, I'm almost becoming obsessed by railways.
Yes, I was getting that impression. Where are we now then?
Well, this is a railway carriage. This is a house in Dungeness.
All right.
A lot of doors.
Yeah.
Hello,
Hello.
Jules
Hello.
Holland.
Good heavens.
Hello. Do come in.
My friend Martian.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
It's Ellen, isn't it?
Yes, that's it.
Eileen, that's her
Just
name.
sit down.
And Jules Holland, Jim, isn't it?
Hello, Jules.
Nice to see you, Jim.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
My friend of Martian.
My Martian friends.
Yep.
Would you like a cup of tea?
That would be really lovely.
And we see the little trains go by all the summer, don't we?
Excellent.
It's really nice.
It does, doesn't it? It must have been very isolated then. And what about the... yeah, finish with that.
Let me
Oh,
take
don't worry
that.
about that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
But it is, I mean, this is all a very, almost like a Victorian fishing hamlet, isn't it?
Oh, it is indeed, yeah.
Very old. How long ago was the power station there built?
Well, I was on construction at the power station in 1965. But my wife and I came here about 40 years ago, would you say?
Yes, just to have a look.
In a car, and there was no road here at all. It was just a track. We have progressed to this. That's the word, I mean,
Yes.
progressed.
Does the power station bother you at all? Is there any...
Not really, I work there.
We don't notice it really, do
No,
we?
you become accustomed to it, don't you? There's a lot of people can't get used to the foghorn up here, but
What happens with the foghorn?
very noisy. But it's like living in a...
Is that from the lighthouse? Like a warning?
Yes, that's right, yeah. When it's automatic now, I believe. And when the visibility drops, it goes on automatically. It's very noisy, but you become accustomed to it.
Does it go off on?
Oh, yeah, I'd say about 60% of the time.
Oh, really?
Certainly in the winter.
What's the name of? Has this got a name? This carriage?
It is called sleepers at the moment because it's laying on railway sleepers, and it was a sleeping carriage, Victorian apparently, and so hence the name.
Yes. Yeah.
Which makes sense, doesn't it? Really.
Yeah.
And when I first started building it, when I ripped all the old carpets up there were, in the small bedroom there, I found 2 dehydrated rabbits underneath the carpet.
Dehydrated.
Yeah, skeletons of rabbits with just the fur.
Not thirsty. No.
No, but the carpet was laying on top of them, so they must have died underneath the carpet.
What with? So the carpet went over the dead rabbits, but the rabbits were on top of the floor. So
Yeah,
there's
well-
lumps in the.
That's right. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
right.
And we've had problems up here since, but I've cured that. We used to get rabbits coming up from digging in the shingle and coming up because it's only laying on joists, you see, sleepers. But I've stopped that. I've had ferrets up here and got rid of them, killed them, and stopped it. And next year, in the spring, I want to concrete all the way around the building
Yeah.
to stop them forever, sort of thing.
Yes. Yeah.
Which it will, yeah.
I think it's lovely these the ceilings and all that. It makes it very.
Original beams.
Yeah. Well, what are they? What
Bit
are
of
they?
character.
Yeah. They're really lovely, I think. Did you show me something?
Yeah, certainly. We would start that bedroom.
Yeah,
Big
that-
bedroom.
yeah.
Certainly. I'll take a cigarette.
Do you want to help us off to a sandwich? then?
Can I have a bit of that, the dark stuff then?
That's
The
cake.
dark stuff.
That's cake. Earth cake.
Yeah, this is the largest bedroom of the 2. Well, there's 2 bedrooms, but this is the original carriage of one, which I've kept exactly as was, you know, apart from lining the walls. These trusses here are all solid mahogany, and the window here is exactly the same as it was in 1924. Everything works. Probably was a little bit of oil.
Oh, fantastic.
Original leather strap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hence smokers.
Yeah. It's a perfect house for a railway enthusiast, really, isn't it? I suppose?
Oh, it is really, yeah. Yeah, indeed, yeah.
Yeah. That's lovely. Really good. That arched room. There's something really good about it.
It's different.
It is,
Do you
isn't it? Yeah.
Aye, just fine.
Got any other railway bits that you were going to put in it at all?
Oh, I have quite a few, yeah, certainly, yeah. There are a couple hanging on the doors here, which came off of it. those little plaques there.
12 tons, yeah.
That's the weight, of course. And this is something I've acquired recently. This came out of a Pullman carriage, apparently. Some Victorian Pullman carriage. And when you're finished with it, that's your waste, and it all flows away.
Fantastic. You'll be fitting that in?
I want to put it in somewhere. I haven't decided where yet. And the outside, of course, there's a lot to be done yet on it. Nice down there, isn't it?
Yeah.
I shall have... Well, there are some Christmas trees down there, you see, that I'm doing. I put Christmas tree. My wife is the garden person.
Have you got a toy that I can use?
Yes, it's through there.
Thank you.
Are you all right on your own?
Eh?
Are you all right on your own?
I'm lovely.
There's so much can be done here, without a doubt.
Lots of potential in there.
Lots. And it's interesting, too, you know. The only thing that mars it, in my opinion, is that power station.
Yeah.
It's not a pretty sight, is it?
No, it's a bit like a Wizard of Oz, like the palace of Wizard of Oz, I always think, looming up there.
Brighton Pier.
Yeah.
They're very, very tall. I think they're about 200 foot high, those.
Oh, really?
The nuclear power stations. There you go. What can you do? But it's a nice place to live, this is.
It won't threaten this.
No, they say if there is any problems with it, they will compensate us.
Then I heard that it's possible they might build another one.
Oh, yeah, they're going to build another one almost directly behind here, within 200 or 300 yards.
Really, that's definitely going to happen, isn't it?
Well, it's on the cards, put it that
Really?
way.
That'd be a shame, wouldn't it?
It will be a shame. It's spoiled the whole area, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But there you go.
It's nice at the moment.
You can't beat them, so join them.
Do you always drink your tea like that?
When I can. When I can.
I see. You've not been to very many posh places, have you?
No.
No, I didn't think
Have
you
you?
had. Well, a few, yes. We don't drink our tea like that, no. Cat does.
Cat? What's that?
That's a furry thing. Walks along the floor with 4 legs and a long tail.
Well, there's a thing.
Yeah. You're not seeing one of them either?
No.
No.
Look forward to it.
I'm pleased with it.
Yeah, I would be.
For what it was.
Yep.
Yep, indeed.
Well, thanks very much. I
pleasure.
I should get my, if you want to, I should go and get my friend before he sort of starts to...
Yes, please do.
Thanks very much.
Your Martian friend.
Yes. He tries to blend in. Behaving yourself, are you?
Yeah, he's doing his best.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I haven't been too much trouble.
None at all.
What does he really like?
Surprising.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. Well, thanks.
He likes the antiques.
Yeah, thanks very much indeed.
My pleasure.
Thanks, darling. One of the questions you might have been asking yourself is, well, and I think probably a lot of Martians have asked this, is take me to your leader.
Yes.
Well, that's not as simple as it may seem here in Britain, which is where you're visiting. Because, you see, the monarch, or the king, or the queen, as it is, lives in this house here, when in London.
This one here?
This one here.
Oh, I see. Is she a very large woman?
No, not particularly, no.
Only the house is enormous, isn't it? It shouts space. It shouts space.
What
at
sort of
me.
outer space?
No, room.
There's a lot of... This is a spacious big house, yes.
Unlike a lot of the places you've shown me to, where a lot of your friends live.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, it's quite... sorry, John. It's quite extraordinary when you think of it. The Queen lives in a vast house, but the Prime Minister lives in such a smaller one, you see.
Down here?
And this is where the Prime Minister lives, down here.
Ah.
For security reasons, we won't be able to go down there, obviously.
No? Any chance of popping in to see them? No. Ah, it's quite a small house.
Unusual, really, because, of course, all the power is wielded from here. Elected
Just
into
that little small house.
a little dead-end street.
A little cul-de-sac.
Yes,
That's what you call it.
it's a cul-de-sac, a dead end, yes. It's a small house and a dead end for the leader of the country.
Oh, right.
So that you see, that's the leader of the country. Really, she should see you, but I suppose, as per usual, she's a bit too busy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all around here, net curtains everywhere, that's for security reasons. You'll see those throughout Britain.
Oh, right.
there's no point in even trying. There's no point in even trying to get him to see it because it's just, you know, if I
Yeah.
say you're a Martian, they're not going to have it. They're not going to believe it. Fantasy world, they're going to say.
I see.
And there's no point at all.
Right. It's a small house. That's not bad out here, is it?
Now, you're obviously hungry, but the thing you've got to remember about eating, that depending on what sort of part of civilization on planet Earth you're in, etiquette is an all-important part of it.
Really?
Etiquette is a very important part. Good grief. Look
What's
at
that?
this, I don't know. It looks like a woman going into a castle. Looks rather magical. Should we
follow her in?
follow her in? It's not the sort of thing you film,
No,
is
she's
it?
going to turn round. No, we'll follow her in, shall we? That's it, mind your lights.
Mind your lights.
That's a horse, isn't it?
That's, I think, yes, that's a white horse, yes. You're not familiar with animals? Hello?
We'll try and attract her attention. Excuse me! Hello? Let's jump out and have a word.
Excuse me?
Hello?
Hello.
Come on, Tom. Quick as you can.
This is a friend of mine. He's a Martian. My name's Jules Holland.
Hello.
Look,
Who are
I'm
you?
having trouble with lights
Good
and shot.
afternoon.
Hello.
What brings you here?
Well, we were just driving along and I was with my Martian friend here and I was explaining to him that we were a little bit hungry and wanted to also find out about etiquette. I don't know if you know anywhere around these parts where we could, you know, find
Brush
out
up.
something.
Brush up, I think.
Brush up, yes, brush up. We've been driving for a while.
Out of shot.
Why don't you come in
To our house?
and come up to the castle? I'm sure they'd love to see a Martian.
Oh, well,
Would
we will
Oh,
then.
yes.
Oh.
No one's ever seen a Martian before.
Ah, well, that's very kind of you.
All right then. All right then.
I mean, we wouldn't be imposing, would we?
Not in the least. Everybody'd be thrilled to see a Martian.
He doesn't know anything about etiquette. Would you be able
That
to?
doesn't matter at all. There are lots of very kind, nice people there who'll teach you everything.
Oh, well, that sounds super.
That'll do me.
Well, if you just hang on, we'll get back in the car. Come on.
Well, I'll lead you.
All
Okay,
right,
then.
we'll follow you.
Just need to get back in the car. Well,
What a stroke of good fortune.
that was a stroke of luck, wasn't it?
Get in, Tom, quick as you can.
Well, it goes to show that you can that's a bit of a turn up. That's right hand, isn't it?
Does she live nearby?
I think she does. I mean, she said this was her. Oh, look, there it is.
She's going to give us some food.
Ooh,
Well,
What a lovely place to have a bite to eat.
I think you should take care of them, Mr. Duquesne.
I think you were going to do a good day,
Certainly not.
well, we've got
Turn it
camera.
up
read
as
about
it
it.
Is
is.
it all right if our cameraman comes in? Is it okay if our cameraman comes in? Oh, good. Yes, come on in. Thank you very
All
much.
right.
How hospitable.
After you.
Very hospitable. Just please and thank you. This is all we need.
All right.
I'm glad to see you here.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Nice to see you.
And you. Hello. Hello.
Jules
Now-
Holland.
Now let me introduce you to some of our friends. James, this is Jules Holland,
Hello,
James
pleased to meet you.
Manchas, and the Martian, and this is Anthony
Martian.
Sark. This is
Hello, Martian. Nice to meet you.
And you.
James, good evening.
Good evening, Jules Holland. Pleased to meet you.
This is Charles Duquesne.
Jules, hello. How are you?
Hello, hello.
Hello, Mr. Martian.
Liz, Rendell,
Hello.
this is Jules, this is the Martian.
Hello.
Anne Hudson Pressenger.
Hello.
Why haven't you got one and he's got one?
Oh, I'm not a Martian. I'm from
I
Earth, much
see.
like
Oh,
yourself. Just very slowly, just very slowly on it.
Slowly.
Yes. Because we wouldn't want any special powers oozing out of
No.
those funny little orifices, would we?
No, not like the other night.
No, no, no.
Look, slowly.
Slowly, always slowly.
You just sort of talk in between every
Yes.
step.
Okay.
Okay?
No.
No, not
in
while
between.
you're drinking.
Right.
Right. Well, you need another one now. It's
Well, no,
already.
perhaps we should just wait till we go next door before he has
Oh, no, I think I'll have another one.
No, I don't think.
In your mind.
and you suck.
Very bad idea for him to have a cigarette. It's completely irrational as well, and you can only deal with rational things. So
I preferred the drinking that I had.
Do you have babies on Mars?
No.
What do you have?
No, just small round balls.
What happens to them when they aren't balls anymore?
They're about the same size as me.
Well, how did they become you?
I don't know, nobody ever tells us.
But were you born like that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Apparently after 35 seconds.
Why do people want more balls or more humans? Why do they want
I
any
wouldn't know,
more?
because I haven't got any. I haven't got any.
Might you suddenly want some?
You do, I think that's the way you do it. You might suddenly want one. How do you do it down here? Did you want to show me graphically?
I think perhaps we should go and meet some other
After
people.
dinner, perhaps.
Yes.
Oh, right.
Yes, perhaps we'll learn about
Mingle a bit more.
Could you tell everybody dinner is ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, dinner is ready.
Look, here you are. Gosh.
Marsh, come
That's wonderful. Look, you've got the lady Colin Campbell. She will tell you everything about etiquette.
You've been doing this all
No,
he's great as well, just to do that.
Don't touch. Don't drink.
What sort of soup is that?
Mr. Manny makes it. It's very
Marsh, tell me, do you drink wine? This is a drink, which is made in Canada, which makes people very happy. And so we'd like you to be happy here. I know, actually I agree.
And truly charming and nice, and I mean nice in the best sense.
First time he's been on his own socially. But I do hope he doesn't spoil it for everybody. He'll probably spoil it.
Not so long ago, we had to try and find some means of transport. And we've looked at planes, we've looked at trains, we've looked at boats, we've looked at trains again then for a little tiny minute, and then we looked at boats again, but then we ended up buying a car. Have you got a car?
I have a car.
What sort of a car do you have?
I have a car called a Vauxhall.
A Vauxhall?
Yes.
I don't know those.
Well, they're different. They're cars, but they're made by different people. And the name of the person who makes the car is named after the person who makes it.
We've got a car called a Rolls Royce.
Well, that was named after Mr. Rolls.
Yes.
And the Honourable Charles Royce,
Uh-huh.
who made the car originally.
Yes. Oh, perfectly rotund.
Well, isn't that rather marvellous?
Yes.
So you're using the right
unreal.
Martian, red wine, plus more red wine, minus bit of common sense, equals social disaster.
It was very
My daughter said,
You're prepared to eat our flesh.
Certainly. Well, I'm here to learn as much as I can. So I'll eat anything, and I'll drink anything.
Now, tell me something else. Do you have animals opposed to Martians, like cows, or what you saw today, a horse?
Oh, I saw a horse. Yes, I've seen a horse. No, none of those. They are fascinating.
Now, do you actually then eat other Martians? Because there are certain people, humans on Earth, who eat other humans.
No.
They do, indeed. Because we like the taste of flesh. This is an animal called a deer, which you're eating now.
Yes.
The flesh of a deer.
What do we do with these?
I will be invited to stay. Well, I fancy a proper bed with real sheets instead of the boot of that Rolls Royce with him.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
You like that?
Oh, yes. Hello. Oh, yes. Yes.
Well, I find personally it's very hard to explain a lot of the inconsistencies of life to him. I mean, I really don't. Did you had model trains? I didn't know.
Oh, I collect toy trains.
Really?
The other ones, yeah.
You did 008, is that all?
I'm little 00, but mainly.
But it doesn't gallop, it shuffles.
How often do you do this?
Once a year, out in Nepal, which is the other side of the world.
There's a thing. There's a thing. Other side of the world. When are you going next?
I just came back 4 days ago.
Damn!
You could have come, Martian.
Oh, could I have come? Oh! When are you going again?
Another year. Can you stay for a year?
I don't know, I'd like to. The idea
We'll give
of
you a
playing-
big stick.
A big stick and a big elephant.
And a big elephant.
That sounds great to me. Hitting a ball on an elephant with a stick.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, it's poetry.
Well, I'd like to get that.
He seems determined to just mess it all up.
I must.
Christine, he's eating his pudding with a knife and fork. Has he not got a spoon?
Because this comes from the mammary glands, which you notice the women have got, because they're not quite the same as we are in front.
Where are they?
There's been some horrible mistake. What a lovely thing it is to see somebody learning, isn't it? It's a lovely experience, seeing a blank canvas being filled with knowledge.
That doesn't do nearly the same thing.
I tried to get people to sort of, just let him to blend in, but I think they might break it up. I also noticed somebody toying with his aerial, and as you know, that will sort of probably titillate him. Yes, or his big yes, and so it's going to try to titillate him.
No, sadly. One of the few pieces on my body that doesn't grow to huge proportions.
He's a blending. He blends in. I've found. I mean, see, he's blending in now.
Does he go to the loo?
No.
I don't know. He's
You shouldn't. You've learned that.
Yes.
There are certain things on earth you don't.
It's only because I'm sitting next to Georgie Campbell, who's written a book about etiquette that I know never to mention my dangly bit.
No, you don't.
You don't. She's taught me that this evening. I've learned something. I really have.
I agree.
I really have.
That's all she taught you.
One thing I haven't learned, which is I think she might be able to teach you, the art of standing up unaided. I'll have a drink then. Because I really have warmed to this drinking malarkey.
I don't think I've ever seen him drink before. And it's a funny thing, drink. It's a funny thing, drink. It can destroy a man. And I have the feeling it might be destroying a man.
Now that's what you're drinking, you need to. Can you taste that?
I can't actually taste this, but it's having the most strange effect.
Oh, here, you can get drunk. Do you know anything about chocolate?
No.
Right, I'm going to show you a box of chocolates. Sit down.
Yes. Please fill the suit. Feel free.
Will you just wait a minute?
I will. What a lovely house you have. Tom, sit yourself.
Oh,
Tom,
chocolate.
no, not now.
Chocolate.
These are
Woman's offered me a chocolate.
these are really good chocolates.
Oh, you
They're called
look there.
Charbonnel and
Oh,
Water,
yes,
and
there's a
they're
whole
usually
one.
made in Belgium. The best chocolate. It's another country, and these chocolates are out of this world.
I know what you mean, because I've been there.
Now have a nice seat.
Right. But you
Okay,
see,
lovely.
try it.
I like capturing an intimate moment. Capture it. Intimate moment, capture it.
You can't eat them like sort of raspberries on it. You're very sick. You can't do that.
You should be having a Mars bar.
It's not like sherry. It's really bad. You can't eat chocolate like you drink sweet cherry.
Thank you, yes.
You can't eat chocolates just like you can't drink. Don't pick your teeth like that. That's really revolting. Stop it! Stop it!
Understanding of etiquette, you see.
Do you know, you expect me to lick that only if you're very, very fond of somebody. You lick their limb.
Really?
Yes.
Limb licking's popular down my way.
It's not all that unpopular on earth either.
Really? Do you know where we could go to do this?
No, you can go anywhere. But it just depends on the people. No, don't put that thing in. And anything you do is with the least effort and the least sort of affectation. Do you know what? No. Do you know what affectation is?
Yeah.
I think you're overcome because you see, the thing is, it's just nice to see somebody behaving absolutely naturally. Are you drunk now? Or you start? It's nice to be drunk.
I'm absolutely sobative. I'm absolutely sobative, I'm not hurt.
You know what it is? It's sort of discipline. When you don't want to be drunk, you won't be drunk.
Anyway, about
Do you
that
know?
sweet sherry.
No.
What hasn't he done? It's a disaster. Socially, everything falls apart. He's off there now suddenly. Deeper and deeper.
I know it's going to work. I really do.
Ah, no.
You see, the thing is,
I think we better go now. I'd like to apologise about everything. No, we're having the coffee over now. Put it down now, or there won't be any... Just come out from breath of fresh air. Oh, thank you very much. I'd just like to apologise about everything.
But he's wonderful.
Oh, I'm getting...
Could you pick me up again?
No.
I certainly better.
No, people...
This is going to be all right, isn't it? This really is going to be all right. Is there a problem?
You try and take a Martian out for dinner, it turns into a disaster. Simple as that.